You think you know the moon. It's our celestial companion, the queen of the night sky, a constant presence in human history. We've written poems about it, landed on it, and gazed at its gentle light for millennia. But what if I told you that familiar silvery orb holds secrets so strange they sound like science fiction? That it's a world far more dynamic, mysterious, and even a little bit dangerous than you ever imagined? Today, we're going to peel back the layers of lunar dust and uncover 5 astonishing truths that will change the way you see the moon forever. Get ready, because our nearest neighbor is about to feel a whole lot further away. First up, a fact that sounds almost like a cosmic breakup. The moon is slowly leaving us. That's right. It's not a dramatic departure, but a slow, steady drift. Every year, the moon moves about 3.8 centimeters farther away from Earth. To put that in perspective, that's roughly the same speed at which your fingernails grow. This is happening because of the tidal interaction between our planet and the moon. The Earth's gravity creates tides in its oceans, and this bulging water exerts a gravitational pull on the moon, essentially slingshotting it into a slightly higher and more distant orbit. Now, this might seem insignificant, but think about the implications over millions of years. When dinosaurs roamed the Earth, the moon was much closer. It would have looked gigantic in their sky, and a total solar eclipse would have been a much more common and longer-lasting spectacle. In the distant future, billions of years from now, the moon will appear so small in our sky that it will no longer be able to completely cover the sun. Total solar eclipses will become a thing of the past, a lost memory of a time when our moon was a much closer friend. It's a slow-motion farewell happening right above our heads. But if a cosmic drift seems slow, wait until you hear what's shaking things up on the lunar surface itself. You've heard of earthquakes, but what about moonquakes? Yes, the moon isn't the quiet, dead rock we once thought it was. It trembles and shakes. Scientists have detected thousands of moonquakes since we first placed seismometers there during the Apollo missions. These quakes come in a few different flavors. Some are shallow and caused by the impact of meteorites crashing into the surface. Others are thermal quakes, created by the extreme temperature swings as the crust expands and contracts between the freezing lunar night and the scorching lunar day. But the most powerful and mysterious ones are the deep moonquakes. These originate deep within the lunar mantle, about halfway to its core. And what causes them? The relentless gravitational pull of the Earth. Our planet's gravity literally squeezes and stretches the moon, causing stress to build up in its interior until it finally snaps. What's truly wild is that these deep moonquakes can last for a remarkably long time, sometimes up to 10 minutes or more. Imagine a tremor that just keeps going and going. This tells us that the moon's interior is far from inert. It's a place of immense geological stress, a world constantly being warped by its massive neighbor Earth. The silent moon is actually rumbling with deep, ancient tensions. From quakes deep inside to strange phenomena on the surface, the next secret is even more bizarre. Forget what you learned in school. In a way, the moon does have an atmosphere, but it's nothing like ours. It's an incredibly thin layer called an exosphere, and it's home to one of the weirdest phenomena in the solar system: floating, electrified dust. Here's how it works. The moon has no global magnetic field to protect it from the constant stream of charged particles from the sun, known as the solar wind. This solar wind bombards the lunar surface, and through a process similar to static electricity, it charges the tiny, sharp particles of moon dust. When the sun is rising or setting on the lunar horizon, these charged dust particles actually repel each other and levitate off the surface, creating a hazy, glowing atmosphere that can rise several meters high. Apollo astronauts reported seeing strange glows and rays of light on the horizon just before sunrise, which scientists now believe was this very effect. But this dust isn't just a magical light show. It's incredibly hazardous. Lunar dust is as fine as flour, but as sharp as microscopic shards of glass. It's also extremely sticky due to its electrostatic charge. It clung to everything the astronauts wore and brought inside the lunar module, causing irritation to their eyes and lungs. It's a beautiful, yet dangerous, reminder that even the dust on another world holds its own strange secrets. But the strangeness doesn't stop at the surface. Deep beneath those dark patches you see on the moon, something massive is hiding. When you look at the moon, you see bright highlands and dark, smooth plains. These plains, called maria or seas, were formed by ancient volcanic eruptions that filled vast impact basins. But lurking beneath these basins are enormous, hidden structures that warp the moon's own gravity. They're called Mascons, short for mass concentrations. Essentially, these are gigantic, dense blocks of metal buried deep within the lunar crust. They are so massive that they create gravitational anomalies. If you were to orbit the moon in a spacecraft, your altitude would dip slightly as you passed over a Mascon because of its stronger gravitational pull. So where did these giant metal skeletons come from? The leading theory is that they are the remnants of the very asteroids that created the basins in the first place. When a huge iron-rich asteroid slammed into the moon billions of years ago, its dense metallic core could have punched through the crust and become embedded deep within the mantle, while lava later flowed over the top, hiding it from view. So, those dark, serene-looking seas on the moon are actually gravitational minefields, marking the graves of colossal ancient impacts. It's a hidden architecture that shapes the moon's very structure. And speaking of ancient impacts, our final secret takes us back to the moon as violent birth and the ghost of another world hidden inside it. The most widely accepted story of the moon's origin is the giant impact hypothesis. The theory goes that about 4.5 billion years ago, a Mars-sized planet, which scientists have named Theia, collided with the young Earth. The cataclysmic impact was so powerful that it vaporized Theia and blasted a huge chunk of Earth's mantle into orbit. This debris eventually coalesced to form our moon. It's a great story, but new research suggests a fascinating twist. What if Theia wasn't completely obliterated? Some models now indicate that while the impact was devastating, Theia's dense metallic core may have survived the collision. Instead of being vaporized or flung into space, this massive core plunged into the molten Earth, while other large fragments of Theia's mantle didn't just form the moon. They became integrated into it. Recent studies of lunar rock samples have found chemical signatures that are distinct from Earth's, suggesting they came from this alien body. This has led to the incredible idea of a moon within the moon. Deep inside the moon's mantle, there might be massive, lopsided chunks of this ancient protoplanet, Theia. This could explain some of the moon's long-standing mysteries, like why the side facing us has a much thinner crust and different composition than the far side. It's as if the moon isn't just a child of Earth, but carries the chemical ghost of another world within its very core. So, the next time you look up at that familiar face in the night sky, remember what you're really seeing. You're not just looking at a static, inert rock. You're seeing a dynamic world that is slowly drifting away from us. A world that trembles with deep quakes caused by our own planet's gravity. A world where dust levitates in an electrified haze. A world with the metallic skeletons of ancient asteroids buried beneath its plains, and at its very heart, the possible remnants of a long-lost planet. The moon is a cosmic museum, a testament to the violent and beautiful history of our solar system. It is a constant reminder that even the things we think we know best are filled with profound and breathtaking wonders, just waiting to be discovered. If these lunar secrets amazed you, imagine what else is out there. Give this video a like if you learned something new, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible journeys into the cosmos. Thanks for watching.